Hello everyone! In this presentation, I will walk you through Creative Commons licenses, how these licenses connect to copyright, and give some details on the options that creators have in utilizing Creative Commons licenses to making their works more freely accessible while still abiding by copyright. Within Creative Commons licenses, there are three layers to understand. The first layer is called the legal code. The legal code is the base layer to the licenses, which contains all of the lawyer-readable information, which can be legally enforced in court. The next layer is the common deeds, which are generally the most well-known layer. The deeds refer to the web pages that describe the key terms in the licenses that are more easily understandable by everyday readers and users instead of just lawyers. These deeds are not legally enforced, but instead sort of summarize the legal code from the first layer. The final layer of the licenses is the machine-readable version of the license. This layer recognizes that software has a big role in the making of creative works, and therefore needs to be acknowledged in licensing. This layer gives a standardized way of reading the licenses, so that it is in a format that applications, search engines, and other kinds of technology can interpret and understand. This lets individuals easily recognize and find Creative Commons licensed work when they are searching for media. Within the Creative Commons licensing, there are 4 license elements. These elements are combined in different ways to make up 6 Creative Commons licenses, which will be outlined further on in our presentation. The elements are attribution, non-commercial, share alike, and no derivatives. The attribution element gives licensees the right to copy, distribute, display, and perform the work as long as they give the creator credit for the work. The non-commercial element gives licensees the right to use the work as long as no profit is gathered from that use. The share-alike element tells licensees that they may distribute any of their derivative works under a license that is identical to the one that applies to the original work. These works cannot be shared with any licenses that are more restrictive than the original. Finally, the no derivatives element means that licensees cannot share adaptations of the work. The 4 Creative Commons license elements just discussed make up the 6 different licenses that can be used under Creative Commons. The first license that can be attached to your work is the Attribution License, or CC BY. This license allows the user to use the work in any purpose, as long as they give credit to the original owner. The next license is the Attribution Share Alike License, or BYSA. This license allows individuals to use the work for any purpose as long as they give credit to the creator, but also make sure that any adaptations of the work are shared with a same or compatible license. The Attribution Non-Commercial License, or BYNC, allows individuals to use the work as long as they give credit to the creator and as long as they are not using the work for profit. The Attribution Non-Commercial Share Alike License, or BYNCSA, allows individuals to use the work as long as they give credit to the creator, as long as they share any adaptations with the same or compatible license, and as long as they are not using the work for profit. The Attribution No Derivatives License, or BYND, allows individuals to use the unadapted original work for profit as long as they give credit to the creator. The Attribution Non-Commercial No Derivatives License, or BYNCND, allows individuals to use the unadapted original work as long as they give credit to the creator and as long as they are not using the work to gain a profit. There are certain exceptions and limitations towards using Creative Commons licenses where copyright is concerned. These usually fall into 4 different categories. First, let's discuss adaptations. One exclusive right granted to creators under copyright is the right to create adaptations of their own work, or as others describe it, derivative works. 2 of the licenses earlier discussed prohibit reusers from sharing adaptations of copyright licensed work. Therefore, users need to be careful in regards to adaptations under copyright, as some licenses do not include adapted work. There are also some licenses that say that if adapted work is shared, they must be shared under the same or compatible licenses according to copyright. In regards to urging for no software licensing, Creative Commons urges creators not to apply their licenses to software because there are already many free and open source software licenses that already fit this bill. They were made specifically as software licenses, Therefore, using Creative Commons licenses on this material is just confusing the system. Next, when applying Creative Commons licenses to copyrighted work, a Creative Commons license will only apply to a piece of work until the copyright on the work expires. Creators also need to be sure to ask themselves a set of questions to decide on how they want their work to be able to be used by others before assigning a license to govern over their piece. Users also need to be sure to mark their own work with licenses, indicate if their own work is based off of someone else's as a modification or adaptation, and marking work that was created by someone else that you are now using in your own work. Finally, there are also times when Creative Commons licenses do not apply. This is when a work is not originally protected by copyright, then a Creative Commons license is not needed, when a copyright license has expired, and when a work is being used in a means that is allowed through the use of copyright already. Any creator may also choose to put their work into something called the public domain. This is for users who want to take a no rights reserved approach to their work and do away with their copyright entirely. To do this, creators can use the CC0 and the public domain mark tools. The CC0 tool enables creators to put their work into the public domain in the largest way possible. It allows for anyone in the world to do anything that they would like to do with your work unconditionally. The public domain mark is used when creators want to make clear to individuals that their work is clear of all copyright restrictions. Whereas the CC0 is a legal tool, the public domain mark is not and has no legal effect at all when applied to a work. It only serves as a way to inform the public of the creator's perspective. I hope this presentation allowed you a bit more insight into the world of Creative Commons licensing and how it is connected to copyright. Please check out the resources used in this presentation to get more information. Thanks for listening.